Happy Purim, everybody. I hope you get a chance to see this video before Purim's over, but just in case you don't, it's a great message for all year long. Rabbi Grossman, Rabbi Yechiel Grossman, is the rabbi of Migdal Emek. And there's a yeshiva there, Migdal Or. And in this yeshiva, there was a Talmud, a student by the name of Dani. He was a charming young man, blessed with a lot of chen. And perhaps what made Dani most special was the fact that he had overcome so many challenges to become who he was. He came from a broken family, and his mother and his brothers were not that into religion. But they allowed him to come to this yeshiva, and the yeshiva helped him celebrate his bar mitzvah. But shortly thereafter, his brothers decided, you know what, Dani, why don't you come back home? Come to a school that's closer to our home. Rabbi Grossman was disappointed. He didn't want to lose Dani. But the brothers convinced him. He went to this new school, and shortly thereafter, unfortunately, went off the derech. Dani was no longer religious. A few years later, Dani came back one Purim to Migdal Emek. And it was in Migdal Or Yeshiva. And there is singing and dancing, and the band is playing, and the olam is having an unbelievable time. It's Purim in the fullest sense of the word. And then Rabbi Grossman sees Dani. And he runs over to him and he gives him a hug and a kiss. And then he pulls him up towards the stage. And the music stops. And he says, Dani, do you love me? And Dani says, Rebbe, of course I do. He said, Dani, if I asked you for shalach manos, would you give me shalach manos? He said, of course I will, Rebbe. He said, okay. Mishloach manos ish l'reyehu. Every person needs to give his friend 2 manos, 2 portions. I want you to give me 2 things. Your guf, your body, and your nefesh, your soul. Can I have them? And Dani didn't know if he should smile or cry, so he did both. And he went home and he told his brothers and his mother, I'm going back to Rabbi Grossman. I'm going back to the yeshiva. And he did. And he once again became a Ben Torah. And he was chozer b'tshuva. He became a Baal Tshuva. And today, Dani is a Rebbe in Migdal Or. And every Purim, he gets up on that stage. And once again, he gives his Mishleach Manos to Rabbi Grossman, but more importantly, he gives it to Hashem. And he gets other young men to give it as well. And he's brought back many young men back into the fold. Mishleach Manos ish l'reyehu. Each man to his friend. The truth is that our best friend is Hashem. Mishleach Manos and Purim and really life is all about giving your guf, your body, and your nefesh, your soul, to Hashem. Be willing to sacrifice for Him. Be willing to give up things for Hashem. To give up your time, to give up commitment, to give up your life, to live your life for your best friend of all, for the Almighty, for the Rabbeinu Shalom, for Hashem.